Yo, what's going on, my VVOGs, my Omi homies, my fellow master collectors, and everybody else on YouTube? It's your bromie, the Gale, back at it again with another VV drop strategy video. Let's do it. What's up, fam? So, tomorrow, Sunday, February 6th, 2022, we are about to have a drop that probably none of you have ever heard about. So, please allow me to set the stage with some bullish information from the founders of Ecomi, David Yu and Dan Crothers. You need to pay attention. Let's get it.
Why we picked Pili? A couple things. They have a Netflix series that partnership with Netflix, which was on live before, and they just recently brought out a new movie a couple of days ago, and it received quite great gross domestic box office. So we really believe that these type of IP outside what we call the tier one superhero, this is considered as the tier one in these regions, and we will continue to see them. And I think we're seeing stamps that we bought out. You know, USPS is a US stamp collectibles. It doesn't mean only the American US market will collect stamps. Everyone does. So the Pili fantasy is also something that resonates with me. And I see my parents watched it when they were a kid. Because back in the old days, puppetry is it's way of entertainment. And I think in the Western world, back in 50 years ago, puppetry is already been around in the greater Asia market. And I think some of us may grow up with, for example, Jim Henson's work from the Muppets and so on, and Sesame Street. All these are puppetry type of entertainment. So I really do believe that they are very collectible. And by the way, so our audience understand, Pili fantasy as a collectible in the greater Asia market is very, very, very sought after. Their puppetry does go up in the tens of thousands for the originals, one of 50 or one of 200 editions. They are very sought after collectible by high net worth entrepreneurs who goes out there and buy these. And they always release these very small limited number, and they wanted VeVe originally to release a very, very low mid number, which I took myself a long time to convince them that we really want to grow the global audience. And this is the first appearance, and we're bringing out 4 of their one of the many thousands, but the 4 of the most recognized characters. And I really do believe if we did bring out all the thousands of characters that they have produced, these would be definitely the key most sought after. And being involved in some of the other WeChat community group up in China, I have seen huge, people talking about this drop, and probably unfortunate, a lot of these, the issue in the China is that they have to jump through VPN, and then, and to get that click before everyone, it's going to be tough. So hopefully we'll see a lot of secondary market action in that as well. So, best of luck for everyone. I think they're amazing. And, Dan has been working on the model tirelessly to make it look perfect. So, we'll let Dan to speak a little bit what he thought the figures are.
I am. Like you say, Dave, I think this is our first sort of step, or our first foray into anime and animation. I think I've mentioned on previous AMAs that I am a massive anime fan, so I am super excited to get this category kicked off. I think we've released the article, Alex, on Pili. Yep. The models are really cool. I mean, they're what we call chibi style, which is sort of the small, cute, big heads kind of look, and just very beautifully detailed models. So like Dave says, best of luck in the drop.
Do either of you own a physical version of these, David, in your collection?
Yeah, I mean the physical is very, very hard to get. Dan and myself, when we up in Taipei, we see them in the toy shops and the collectible stores everywhere throughout whole Asia, including Japan. Some of the biggest market for Pili will be actually just outside Taiwan, China, Southeast Asia, and Japan's quite big on it. So it is very hard to get their collectible. They only run their normal physical in the hundreds. They never ever wanted to produce mass quantity, and we glad that they for this first appearance that they have agreed that we will make this vintage run. Yeah, and they're going to look amazing when you have all four of them together. And then we do so everyone knows we do have series 2 and 3 and 4. And man, I think I sent some series 2 image to Dan, and they look stunning. I mean, they are crazy good. So yeah, I mean they're going to be a quite collectible piece. It's a multi-year relationship with Pili. So, and once again, they had picked VeVe as their platform because they love the way how we engage in our community. And just so everyone knows, hundreds of Asian NFT minters or platform have approached them, and we were very, very lucky to have them on board in VeVe, and that's definitely a big tick for us.
Okay, so with all of that being said, Pili Fantasy War of Dragons, the modern puppetry brand, comes to VeVe Sunday, February 6th at 8 a.m. PT, only on the VeVe app for iOS and Android. Pili Fantasy, classic reinterpreted, a new era for Pili. To facilitate entry into the Pili universe for new audiences, our crew selected classic stories from our original series and remade them into a new anthology series called Pili Fantasy, featuring faster-paced plot, modern filmmaking techniques and aesthetics, and classic battles fought by our main heroes. The birth of Pili Fantasy marks Pili's determination to revolutionize and integrate the younger generation's favorite trends, while continuing to appreciate Taiwan's 100-year-old puppet culture. Like the martial arts heroes who fight their battles together, we want to create an environment for old and young artists to join hands and establish a new Pili era together. Pili Fantasy War of Dragons. Pili Fantasy War of Dragons is a commemorative work presented by Pili International Multimedia to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Su Huanzhen's debut. War of Dragons, 1990 version, was an epoch-making fantasy martial arts masterpiece in the Chinese-speaking world. It established Su Huanzhen as the quintessential protagonist in Pili's martial arts universe. The only romance Su praised as the impeccable one has ever had in his life also took place in this saga. His 7-day love story with Feng Kai Ling is so heartbreaking that it continues to fascinate countless fans throughout the decades. Even 30 years after, thousands of fans would gather at the couple's commemorative wedding ceremony to witness and celebrate their timeless love. Okay, so first up we got Su Huanzhen. He's going to be 40 gems, 11,888 editions. This is a first appearance, a common. The license is Pili International Multimedia. The brand is Pili Fantasy War of Dragons, Series 1, available globally. Next up, we got Feng Kai Ling. She's going to be $40 too because this is a blind box drop. There are 8,888 editions, first appearance, and she is our uncommon. Now we got Ye Xiao Chai, and there's 5,888 editions, and this is his first appearance, and he is our rare. And then we got Hui Jing Feng, or Feng, and there's 3,888 editions, and this is our ultra rare. So with that, let's get into my thoughts and strategy for this drop. Okay, so this drop is interesting for sure. Before hearing the AMA, I might have been like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this drop, or I'm not gonna really try to buy these because I don't know what they are. But after hearing what David and Dan said, this might be a sleeper drop. So if you remember the description I read earlier, Su Huan Zhen is probably the most popular character, and that's probably why they made them the common. So you might want to get a couple of him, is what I'm thinking. And then Feng Kai Ling is his love interest, I believe, according to the description above. So you might also want to get her to pair with him. She only has 8,888 additions. And then we got 2 warrior-like characters. And, I think this will be a good set to complete and also try to get duplicates of, because, this is a popular series in the Taiwan location. And this has a long running 30 years, right, since the 90s. And this could be a good drop to stack. You might have to wait a little bit for localization and for the Asian region to have awareness of VeVe, but this is one of those drops where we may be kicking ourselves for looking over it or looking past it. So these are awesome looking characters, and this is the quality. It looks pristine right now. And this is series 1 of this Pili fantasy. So I think it would be wise for us to get the set if we could, but if we can't get the set, then stack some of these key characters. Mainly the common for sure. He has the most additions, and probably for that very reason. If you remember what David said, that the company, Pili Fantasy, wanted to make these very low runs because these go for tens of thousands in the real world or physical world. So I think this drop is one not to be slept on if you are an investor and trying to grow your your net worth. So I'm definitely going to be attacking this drop. I might buy one of these for like upwards of $200 to $400, depending on what the secondary market is looking like. If these are going for $200 or less, I'm scooping these up. I think the most I'm willing to pay is $500, but I need to do more research. I haven't really done any research except for the audio that you heard at the beginning. So these may be worth it. That's why you gotta do your research, so you can get ahead of the curve before everybody catches on. So I think this is a sleeper drop. Where there is doubt or uncertainty, there is opportunity. So man, this is tomorrow, and $40, I think that's cheap or affordable. So do whatever research you got to do before the drop so you can know what you want to do. But I think this is going to be a sleeper drop, and just because we haven't heard of it doesn't mean it's not big, right? America isn't the only country, and wherever you stay, England, it's not the only country. There's a world full of collectors out there, and the same way somebody might not know about maybe like what, I don't know, Batman's a bad example, but somebody across the world might not know about Batman, but he's huge over here, right? How can you not heard about Batman? Well, same thing in Taiwan. How do you not know about Pili Fantasy? That's what they might be thinking about us. So, just don't sleep on this drop, and I think I've said all that I got to say. So, good luck, and let's move on. And that's the video, my friends. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you learned something or enjoyed the content, feel free to drop a like on the video and consider subscribing for more VeVe content like this. So, Pili Fantasy. Odds are this is the first time you've ever heard of it, and I think it won't be the last, thanks to VeVe. So do what you got to do, and hopefully you don't miss out on a possible opportunity. And with that being said, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say in this video or ever is financial advice, because I'm no expert. I am learning just like you guys, and I'm just your friendly neighborhood genius. Sharing his thoughts and opinions on this awesome app known as VeVe. So take everything that you hear from me with a grain of salt, because things could change. And with that being said, if you would like to follow me in the app, if you take a look to the bottom left hand corner, you will see my Ben Simmons Spider-Man, which I have listed for 1 million gems on the app. If you find him, you can find me, and I will follow back. And with that being said, thanks again for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Until then, peace out and hodl strong, my friends. Later.